Good morning. For today's morning meditation, I'd like to elaborate on a social media post of mine and something so pivotal that I think it will definitely influence your life. Um, I wrote, when you break patterns, you will alarm some. People want you to be the same old you, and they've gotten used to your patterns. However, constructive change will demand that you break some patterns. Do you want to keep everyone happy, or do you want to change? The desire to keep everyone happy may be the most destructive blow to your future destiny. The road to success is hindered by the desires of so many who try to keep everyone happy. Be bold enough to take the steps to make the needed changes in your life, even if it doesn't make everyone happy. If I were to give a title to this particular meditation, it would be giving your own self permission to change and succeed. Giving your own self permission to change and to succeed. Um, as I wrote here, um, you can't make everyone happy. Bill Cosby said once, I did say Bill Cosby, that one of the quickest routes to failure is trying to make everyone happy. And then there are those in our lives, and there are those that exist in our periphery that will make us think that even God Himself has to get their permission before God can elevate you. But many times you have to give your own self permission to change, give your own self permission to succeed, give your own self permission to win. Many times we're stuck in this holding pattern because we haven't given our own selves permission to move forward. You don't need as many people as you think you may need to move to the next level in your life. Maybe we're trying to keep too many people in our lives. The danger of keeping everyone in your life, it means that you're not evolving, you're not growing. Because when you start to evolve and you start to grow, there are some people who are just in love with the old you. And when you start to change, when you start to move, they have a problem with your evolving. Your circle every now and then will change on its own, because when you start growing, you start moving, you start evolving, people won't will lose the will to align themselves with you. If people don't give you permission to change, then they don't give you room to evolve or grow. Look, if you stay the same, you keep all the same people happy, you're never going to evolve, you're never going to grow. I tell everyone all the time, even when I'm talking to young men, talking about their relationships with their significant others, and I say that people get used to patterns, and when you break patterns, that causes an alarm. And it's the same way with many of our friends and many of our acquaintances, and with many of those competitors and colleagues in business. When you break patterns, it causes an alarm. But every now and then you need to send an alarm, because you need to change. Some of your patterns need to change. If you ever want to go to the next level, you can't always do the things that kept you at the last level. You have to give yourself permission to change. Many times, our local is preventing our global. And it's done so on a daily basis because we're trying to keep all the guys at the barbershop happy, all the girls at the beauty shop and the nail shop happy. We're still trying to keep friendships with all the preachers at our old church, even though some of them are jealous and may do nothing and may never achieve to do anything. We're trying to keep everyone happy. And never forget the family members who, when you change zip codes or they start to see increase that may come in your life, they have a problem with the changes have started to manifest in your life. Give your own self permission to change. Give your own self permission to succeed. Give your own self permission to win. You got to do it. You got to do it, child of God. You got to do it. You got to give your own self permission to thrive. not just survive. It's a choice. And when you break old patterns, maybe that's what the Apostle Paul, that is what he was saying. Being conformed to, Romans 12, 1 and 2. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2, and be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. When he's talking about be ye not conformed to this world, he says not to this world's modes, schemes, schematic, to this world's customs. When you start breaking the mold, and it comes by renewing your mind. He's basically telling us to break the mold. When you break the mold, you can't keep everyone happy. Because some people are so used to the old modes, the old patterns, they're used to conforming, they're used to complacency, they're used to mediocrity, that when you start busting out of that, they have a problem with the new transformation. Your transformation hasn't happened because you're still trying to keep everyone happy. You haven't gone global because you're still trying to keep a lot of the locals happy. Look, folks, you got to give your own self permission to change. Give your own self permission to succeed. Give your own self permission to win. Look, you've read motivation book after motivation. You heard every preacher's top 10 steps to succeed. You've heard so many, but one of the vital things that you've never been able to get past is to let go of some people. Some people need to leave your life. Change will make them leave. Look, you're going to have to rattle some of them. You're going to have to break some old patterns. You're going to have to alarm some of them. They want you to be the same old you. You can't be the same old you and start to evolve. You can't be the same old you and go to the next level. You can't be the same old you and start to flourish in your life. Constructive change will demand that you break some old patterns. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. If you want something you never had, then you have to do something that you've never done. Do you want to keep everyone happy, or do you want to change? My prayer is that you'll stop the destructive blow to your destiny, and that you'll be bold enough to give yourself permission to change, permission to succeed, permission to win. My name is Elder Stephen F. Smith, and I approve this message. And believe it or not, I've given my own self permission to change. I've given my own self permission to win. I've given my own self permission to succeed. My prayer is that you will too. God bless you.